Jody Slininger, birth doula, birth coach. This is a continuation of a previous video that I did, and I hope that the other one has some comments and some guesses and things like that. I just think that it would be really fun to have a little guessing game with you guys. But now I'm going to reveal the answer. I had to guess kind of what happened when I was left alone with a client for the very first time. This was quite unexpected. And I do have to be careful how I explain this because, again, I don't want to disclose any information about them or anything like that. But I'm going to word it to you like this. Things steadily started to change. I remember kind of just talking with her, encouraging her, and mind you, she had been in the calm and in the quiet for, I want to say, only like about 10 minutes-ish. Could have been more, but it felt short. And they say that when you're working with your clients, time just doesn't really matter, just as it doesn't matter that much for them either. You find yourself just really getting into what we call the flow of things, And so I offered a specific comfort measure. I saw things getting a little crazy, and she let me do that, and that was so exciting. And because I was left alone with her and she had that quiet space, I was responsible for her and responsible for her comfort and guiding her through things and whatnot for a very long time. But what amazed me is when she had that quiet space was when things started to happen. And that told me, and I have heard this from my readings too, and I believe it, they need a very quiet, safe, secure, loving space for things to take place as they should. And at that moment, I was willing to do anything and everything for her that I had to. I'm so sorry, I got distracted by something for a minute. Anyway, someone else is streaming too, so don't worry about that. But it just warmed me to be able to walk her through this, and I really guided her through some things, and it was very exciting. We tried different ways of the comfort measure and things like that, and I thought it was so cool. Now, I will admit, I was not as confident as I wish I was, because I felt like I was doing so bad. I felt like I just wasn't doing it right. I was too focused on like the fancy comfort technique versus like helping her. And sometimes I would say something and it just would not feel right to me. But at the same time, I kind of was just trusting, my intuition, trying to figure things out and all that. And it was quite intense, So everybody comes back in, and that's when it gets crazy. I had been helping her for a little while. I showed them, it seemed like, or maybe that was at the meeting, I can't remember, but I did let them all take over a little bit, and we're all encouraging and whatnot. And what was really exciting is I may not have been perfect spot on my comfort measures. Now, I feel a little more comfortable with some of this now. Now, I'm still learning, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still learning it all. But I think I have a better handle now, and actually what I came to realize is I probably know more than I think I do, because the feedback she gave me at the end was actually quite awesome. And it made me realize that I just needed to have a little more confidence in myself, But it was really awesome. Okay, so things get real crazy, and I got really excited because I started to be able to tell when she was entering different phases of labor. Because I would say something or someone else would say something, and the response she would give me blew my mind, how I could just recognize, okay, this is this. I'm getting excited. Now, I'm not going to tell her story. I'm not comfortable with that. And that's like totally okay. That's awesome. So I'm very careful how I explain client stories. But it was exciting because based on her reactions, I could tell what phase she was in. Labor has a lot of different phases. That's another video. But I was able to tell, and it was so exciting. At the very end, I was very shocked at how smooth everything went overall. I kind of anticipated that to be a little more challenging than it was, but it's true what they say. You're in certain situations, you're gonna be able to do it easier than you think, you know, and that's also another video within itself. But I will say, I was pleasantly surprised how well it went. At the end, after everything, I just felt like this overwhelming need to praise her. And so I did, and like she actually thanked me for that. And then she gave me some really good feedback. Like, it's true what I believe, that you need an opportunity to reflect on the birth even within like the first 24 hours. So I like to make sure that each client has that, because one thing that she told me, and yes, I do know that like sleep and rest and all that are important, but you also need time to process it, you know. Now, I would never be like, oh no, don't sleep right now. No, if you need to sleep, you need to sleep. Like, follow your body's lead. That's totally awesome. But she did tell me as I was leaving, you know, she's like, oh, I loved all your comfort measures. I just wish that this particular one you could have done longer or been a little more comfortable doing it, because I could tell that you had a hard time sometimes. But I wish if it had been more consistent, I think it would have helped me a whole lot. So I realized, first off, two things. One, I need to have more confidence in myself, because I actually did better than I think I did. And two, that doing things to improve like my hand strength and all that would be very crucial for future clients. And that's something that I hope to do down the line. And that's one thing I like about virtual, is I don't have to focus so much on this. I've actually had people tell me that I might do like way better virtual, and I think I do like virtual a lot. The only thing I don't like is it's a little confusing to try to promote services and things. There's so many ways you can do it. But one thing, another mentor reassured me that I watch a lot, she said there's no right or wrong answer. You know, you just try what works, figure out what you like, figure out what works and what doesn't work, and that's kind of what you got to do. But I do have a lot of options, and that gets to be a little dicey for me, I won't lie, because there's like too many choices that I have. So, but yeah, that was kind of a glimpse into my first experience. I've had some others, but they haven't really fanned out well, and one of them turned into a pretty weird situation, so I've got some new boundaries based on that. And the biggest thing is, like, I need to talk to you 15 minutes, like, either on the phone or Skype or something like that before I'm, like, fully comfortable just doing text and things like that. I mean, if you're texting me to schedule some kind of meeting, I'm like, yes, that's perfect, that's fine, but it needs to be, like, on the phone, FaceTime, Skype, anything like that. With that being said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for future videos. I do a variety of things on here. It's not all just doula. But I do quite a bit of variety of things. More vulnerability, transparency, and honesty videos are coming. So you'll see those, because there's like so much more that I would like to say in regards to that. I really loved telling you my first client experience. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, but I can only share so much. And so if I don't answer something, don't take it personal. It's probably just I didn't feel right explaining it, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, comments, feedback, anything would be much appreciated. Hope you have a great day.